spent $44 billion to buy 100% of Twitter on October 27, 2022. This was cash he didn't have. To do so, he had to use a leveraged buyout. What's that? Well, since Musk didn't have $44 billion in the bank, he had to find the money somehow. The first part came from selling a large portion of his Tesla shares throughout the year. The second part came from the $12.5 billion loan. The interest on that alone was estimated to be around $1 billion per year. Now, as if having almost $13 billion of debt wasn't bad enough, he also sold part of his shares in Tesla. Those were billions of shares for a total value of $15.4 billion. He did this in blocks and didn't do it all in one go. Of course, this is catastrophic for Tesla's stock market performance. As soon as investors realized that Elon Musk, the outspoken CEO, started selling off large positions in his own company, panic began to set in. People were worried there was something wrong with the company, and they started selling, plunging Tesla's stock price plummeting. Not only did he have a smaller position in Tesla, the company's market cap dropped as well. So Musk needed to issue a statement on Twitter, telling everyone not to panic. He explained that the reason he is selling Tesla stock was because he needed to buy Twitter in the coming months. When Musk sold $6.88 billion of Tesla in August of this year, the deal still hadn't gone through. They were dragging each other through the courts, and the shareholders planned to make Musk eat his words from April of 2022, because that's when this entire fiasco started. And it's not an overstatement to call this buyout a fiasco, because Musk has made a reputation for himself with outrageous claims. At one point, he offered to sell his Tesla stock if WFP can describe on this Twitter thread exactly how 6B will solve world hunger. With many statements like this, one was bound to come and bite him. That was one tweet from April of 2022, where he vowed to buy Twitter and basically turn it into a free speech haven. At first, Twitter warned its investors that another large investor is planning a hostile takeover. This started Operation Poison Pill. What's that? Well, that's the colloquial name for what's known as a shareholders' rights plan. This strategy is only used by companies when they fear that a large investor is trying to gain majority ownership in the company. So, the board of directors agree to offer additional shares to all current investors at a discounted price to undermine the hostiles' takeover attempt. But then, the tide shifted as Elon Musk continued with his offensive rhetoric. Twitter changed its tactic. Now they were going to make Musk buy 100% of the outstanding shares and be the sole owner of the company. After all, he vowed to do it in writing. Even though it was a tweet, it still counts. Musk tried to defend himself and knew from the very start that such a move would be detrimental to his health. So he started coming up with excuses as to why he wouldn't be buying the company. While he was doing this, Tesla's shares started going on the market. His financial advisors and his legal team probably warned him that he might eventually have to buy the company, and that's why he would need to prepare in advance. And prepare he did. Eventually, he bought Twitter, and that's when the video of Musk carrying a sink into Twitter headquarters was published online with the caption, "Let that sink in." Even before that sink got in, Musk knew the trouble Twitter was in. The company's financials were in a rut. So Musk did what any sensible CEO would do when a company needs money: start firing people. He laid off a total of 7,500 employees in a single month. What did he do with the remaining workforce that was now halved? Why, he pushed them to develop new and better products quickly. What else would a sensible CEO do? Since then, a lot has changed at Twitter. Seeing the dwindling financials of the company, he started charging people to have the blue check sign next to their name. Stephen King himself told Musk to smash that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, King told Musk that he wouldn't pay the outrageous $20 per month. Then, Musk replied to his tweet saying that he would instead be charging $8 per month. So, wait, let's see if we got this straight. Instead of awarding the most popular accounts on Twitter, just like YouTube is doing, he decided to start charging them money? Anyone seeing a problem with that strategy? This has never been attempted before, and seemingly for good reason. No one would tax the goose that laid the golden eggs, but Musk did exactly that. He charged the people bringing eyeballs to the platform. But what did he do about the free speech goal he had on the agenda? Well, he unbanned accounts from people like Donald Trump and then banned Kathy Griffin's account for trying to impersonate him. So now he might be making the promoters of free speech happy, but none of the representatives of the PC culture are satisfied. And just like that, Musk learned the moderation of tweets is not as simple as he initially thought. In short, if he does regulate what people can and can't say on Twitter, he will have an entire army of PC warriors trying to take him down. So, right now, he is stuck between a rock and a hard place. It could be the case that Musk turns the platform into an uber-successful monetization machine. He can do that. After all, he did it once with Tesla. He is doing that now with SpaceX. Why not do it with Twitter too? After all, he did say that he plans on smashing that subscribe button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, seriously now. He said he plans on turning Twitter into an app that people will use for everything, sort of like the Chinese app WeChat. Instead of an app for social media, people use that for texting, video calls, shopping, paying, basically everything. And now, Twitter is on the path to becoming that everything app. Of course, to do this, he would need to collaborate with other social media apps and payment providers. But judging from his recent tweets, we don't think that people will be lining up to work with Musk. Don't even get us started on the fractured relationship between him and Bezos. So, his goal of ensuring there is quote-unquote free speech on the platform and rethinking Twitter's content moderation strategy could be just an unfulfilled wish after all. Why? Because we have to take profitability into account. Twitter's ad targeting is shabby at best and disastrously cataclysmic at worst. While Facebook is generating $118 billion and Google $257 billion in revenue, Twitter barely crossed $5 billion in 2021. To top it all off, Twitter has a poor monetization strategy. Basically, they are generating revenue from 4 sources. 1. Promoted tweets. 2. Promoting a trending topic. 3. Promoted accounts. Or 4. Data licensing. Out of the 4, this last one is the most important now. While other companies are making the bulk of their cash from allowing third parties to access their data for a price, basically to run ads, Twitter has a problem. The revenue they generated from data licensing in the past year is $500 million. That's only 10% of the total revenue. And Musk will have trouble fixing this problem because his controversial tweets have made some major ad spenders like Publix tell their clients to refrain from advertising on Twitter. You'll love these videos next.